Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Janera, and today I'm going to be reviewing Sephora's Best Skin Ever Full Coverage Concealer in 33.5Y. So if you're interested in seeing the try on, review, and wear test of this concealer, then keep on watching. Alright, so let's get started. First, I'm going to use my Milk Hydro Grip Primer. I'm going to use 1.5 pumps. Next, I'll be using Sephora's Best Skin Ever Foundation in the shade 44Y, and I'll be using 1 pump. This is what this shade looks like. And I'll be using my IT Cosmetics brush number 7 to blend this out. Next, I'll be using Sephora's Best Skin Ever Multi-Use Full Coverage Concealer. They did send me the shade 33.5Y. They did say that the shade for your concealer should be the same for foundation, but because I wanted a highlighting concealer, I did choose a shade that was a couple of shades lighter, but the same undertone. And I'll be swatching this concealer next to a couple of other concealer shades that I'm currently using, just so you guys can get a better idea of the undertone and how it compares. But first, I want to read you guys a couple of these claims. This is a full coverage liquid concealer that instantly covers, conceals, and corrects all over the face with the natural finish. It has hyaluronic acid, which is supposed to hydrate, algae extract, which protects the skin from daily pollution, and it also has a clean vegan formula and retails for $15, which is an amazing price point. All right, so let's get into these swatches. I'm gonna swatch this shade first and then the other concealers under it. This is the shade 33.5Y, and I actually chose this shade for them to send to me just because it was super close to the Butterscotch in my Too Faced concealer. All right, so here are the swatches. This first swatch is from the Best Skin Ever in 33.5Y. The next one is Too Faced Multi-Use Concealer in Butterscotch. This next swatch is Bobbi Brown's new Skin Full Cover Concealer in Golden. And then this last swatch is NARS's Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Caramel. And here are the swatches up close. And this is the applicator for this concealer. Okay, so here's the finish of this concealer. So far, I don't see any creasing, just the fine lines that I get with every concealer that I use. This formula is super easy to blend out. I do kind of feel like this is more so medium coverage than full coverage, but the coverage is nice. All right, so let's add this to the other side. And you get a lot of product with just like one swipe of this brush, which is really nice. And I'm just gonna add a little more to the corner before I highlight the rest of my face. Now this is looking more so like a full coverage concealer. I'm gonna highlight the rest of my face. Next, I'm going to be using my setting powder from Laura Mercier in the shade Honey. And this is the finish of the concealer after adding setting powder. So far, I think that the concealer has a very pretty natural finish. I'm gonna go off camera and finish the rest of my makeup, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I am back, and this is a completed makeup look for today. I wanna get closer so we can see the finish of this concealer. So far, I am seeing a little bit more creasing, but nothing crazy, just a little bit. I also like the natural finish. It feels very comfortable under the eyes. It's very lightweight, super easy to blend out. So far, so good. I'm gonna do a wear test with this concealer. I'll be back in about 8 hours and we'll see how this concealer holds up. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Alright, Alright, so I'm back with the 8-hour update. Honestly, I'm very impressed with this concealer. I still don't see that much creasing. And then I also really like that this formula has hyaluronic acid. I feel like that's really what kept my eyes feeling like super hydrated throughout this wear test. I think that the shade range for this concealer is super inclusive. I love that there's 50 different shades to choose from. So if you're someone who loves to conceal, highlight, or contour with your concealer, you should be able to find a shade match for each area of your face pretty easily, which is really nice with this concealer. So they did claim that this concealer should be full coverage, but after wearing it throughout this wear test, I really do feel like it's more so medium coverage and not full coverage, which is still nice because I feel like it's perfect for everyday wear. And then with the price point of $15, I feel like everybody should just go ahead and pick up this concealer just because it's super hydrating with the hyaluronic acid. It's comfortable under the eyes. It has a beautiful natural finish, medium coverage, long lasting, and then there's also 50 different shades to choose from. So those are my final thoughts on this new Best Skin Ever formula. If you have any questions about this concealer, please let me know and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you guys for tuning in for another video. If you are new here, welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.